Respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Prakash Babu, respected Consul Général de France à Pondicherry, Monsieur Étienne Roland Pieg, respected President of the Alliance Française of Pondicherry, Dr. Satish Nalla, respected Director of Alliance Française de Pondicherry, Monsieur Laurent Jalicous, distinguished faculty members, scholars, students of Pondicherry University, very good afternoon to one and all. It's a privilege to stand before you today to recall briefly the history and the significance of this monument of memory. A silent yet powerful tribute to those who once left the shores of Pondicherry for Réunion Island and other French Caribbean territories. From as early as 2005, delegations from Réunion Island began visiting our university with the aim of renewing the historical links between University of Réunion and Pondicherry University. Their mission had two key objectives: to sign a memorandum of understanding between two universities and to install a monument in remembrance of those who reported from the shores of Pondicherry to Réunion and other French and British territories in the Indian Ocean and Caribbean. The MOU was successfully signed in January 2010, followed by an international conference held in the same venue here in 2010. However, the journey of the creation of the Memorial Stele faced its own challenges. The Réunion delegation initially proposed that the monument be erected near the Secretariat on the seashore from where the ships once carried Indian workers to Réunion and other islands. Due to some practical difficulties in installing there, the then Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University, Professor J. Catherine, graciously approved its installation here in the serene gardens of the cultural complex of Pondicherry University, a site still close to the sea and therefore close to the spirit of the memory it evolves. Significance of the Memory Stele. The Memory Stele stands as a recognition of the regions that contributed to the settlement of Réunion Island, a celebration of the rich intercultural heritage born from the diverse traditions carried by the migrant community, a symbol of enduring bonds of friendship and fraternity between India, Réunion, and other lands connected through the shared history of indenture, and a bridge that strengthens academic and cultural ties between Pondicherry University and the University of Réunion, complementing the works already carried out under the UNESCO chair in Mozambique, Madagascar, and Réunion. It was proposed to create a memory stele commemorating the Indian diaspora that contributed to the settlement of Réunion Island. The project was conceived as a collaborative artistic venture, a collective creation by the young artists from both India and Réunion. The concept was developed by the students of the École des Beaux-Arts de La Réunion and realized by the artists of Bharatiyar Palgalekudam here in Pondicherry, Ariyanguppam. The monument's body is made of stone blocks. You can see here stone blocks sculpted by the renowned Indian artist Sirpi Jayaraman, the then principal of Bharatiyar Kalaikudam. Young students from India and Réunion participated in this artistic workshop, giving life to this symbolic structure. The stones were carefully carved to form the silhouette of a ship's prow, representing the vessels that carried the indentured laborers across the sea. The prow faces the ocean, symbolizing departure, hope, and the beginning of a new journey. It is extended by a teak wood element that representing the blending of cultures, an artistic metaphor for the intermixing that shaped the population of Réunion and other islands. The monument also incorporates glass on the sides and plexiglass panels on either side of the stone structure. They are transparent yet resilient. They express both the fragility of human destiny and the enduring strength of a civilization built upon millennia of shared cultural heritage. The glass panels, are attached to the stone with copper fixings, combining traditional craftsmanship with modern artistry. Beneath the stele, commemorative plaques have been placed in 4 languages on the 4 sides: Creole, French, English, and Tamil, honoring the multilingual and multicultural spirit of the shared history. In the presence of a large delegation from Réunion and the French overseas territories, comprising of nearly 300 participants, this monument was inaugurated here in the gardens of the cultural complex of Pondicherry University in 2010. It stands as a moving reminder of voyage, exile, transformation and cultural fusion, a timeless homage to the Indian workers who journeyed from Pondicherry to distant shores, shaping the identity and history of the islands they helped to build. May this monument continue to remind us of their courage, resilience, and enduring legacy. Thank you.
Monsieur le Consul général de France, Monsieur le Vice-chancelier, Monsieur le Président de l'Alliance française de Pondicherry, Monsieur le Directeur de l'Alliance française de Pondicherry, dear teachers, dear students, I'm very happy and extremely touched to be here among you today. I'm not only a French writer, I'm also an history teacher in university and in high school, and I'm also a lay assessor in a juvenile court. And my great-great-grandmother came from Calcutta. Consequently, it was very important for me to be here because in Réunion Island we have many people whose ancestors came from India. So consequently, it was very important to give tribute to them. That's the reason why I'm here. And just to say you something more, that we don't have to forget them.
Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Monsieur le Consul Général, cher Laurent, distinguished guests, dear students, it's really a privilege to come to the Pondicherry University. I've been invited quite a few times, and I want to tell the students we are all products of our time, vulnerable to history. So it's very important that we don't forget our past. There's a very famous quote said by a Chinese physician, which is probably a Chinese Euro-Asian physician, I would say, Han Swin. She's written a lot of books also, and this is something which we tend to forget. You know, every time, this is probably the second time I'm coming here for the Stele. What was started in 2010, then was there was a neglect, then they restored it in 2022. It's just not a photo opportunity to have something like this. It's very important that we keep maintaining this, and the memoirs are very important. And on behalf of the Alliance Française, we are very, very active as far as the island, Réunion and Pondicherry is concerned. You see the events we are doing this month, the Mois de La Réunion. And also, I'm happy to present two of our Réunion trainees, I mean the volunteers, Mario and Arno, were with us. They're doing an excellent job as far as the collaboration between the two islands, between India and France in the form of Réunion and Pondicherry. So what is important is to have this exchange. The university is already doing a great job by supporting the initiative with the universities at the Réunion and Pondicherry. So I hope this continues, and this kind of collaboration is very, very important. So we tend not to forget the past and also the people who left some 200 years back. It's very sad that we could not do the same style at the Pondicherry beach side. We thank the Pondicherry University Vice Chancellor for extending great help in the past, and also I hope it will continue in the future also. Thank you, sir.
Well, it will be short because as I'm in front of all those scholars, most of you know the muse echo, so I will only be the echo of my dear president. So yes, we are indeed very happy to have been able to organize this Mois de La Réunion, especially with our dear friends from the university. So thank you so much, Mr. Vice-Chancellor. Thank you so much to all who I dare to call my friends of the board of the Alliance Française. And we are so happy to have Gaëlle today because she's a wonderful writer. I can testify of it, even if for the time being I have only seen the darkest side of her books. But oh God, I love that darkness. So thank you so much. And please, I know it's maybe not customary, but I really want to draw your attention to the formidable work of Arnaud and Marion, because without them, we would have not been able to do all that. So please, the applause goes to them.
Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour à tous. I have to confess, I have never heard so much about Réunion Island than since I came to Pondicherry. I arrived in Pondicherry in September last year. One of my first visits was to University of Pondicherry on the occasion of an international conference on Francophonie in India. And there was at the time a large delegation from l'Université de La Réunion, with academics and writers and historians discussing the connections between India and the wider Indian Ocean area. Then, of course, there is le Mois de La Réunion, the month of Réunion Island at Alliance Française. And I have to commend the director of Alliance, Laurent, the president, Dr. Satish Nalam, and also Arnaud and Marion for the formidable work they are doing this month. If you haven't attended the past event, there is still a few days going, and Gaël Bellem, after a lecture here at University of Pondicherry, will have a talk at the Alliance Française as well. Pondicherry has a peculiar image in France. My generation and the previous generation know a little bit about these specks on the map of India, the comptoir français de l'Inde, and the elder generation could even name the 5 of them, not only Pondicherry, but also Yanaon, Mahé, Karikal, and Chandernagore. But the history that was told in the history books was only told from a French perspective. We learned about Duplex, Dumas, Debussy, and all the French governors, but we never had the Indian perspective. The Indian Pondicherrians, the Tamil, who lived and worked here, who traveled abroad on working migrations commemorated by this stele. So it is very important for you, as Dr. Nalam said, not only to cherish this memory, but to make it be known outside of Pondicherry. Of course, Pondicherry has a wonderful history, but it's a small town. You have to tell the world history of Pondicherry, l'histoire mondiale de Pondicherry, with the connections to the Réunion Island, to Mauritius, to also Southeast Asia with Indochina, Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, to the French Caribbean, to the British and Netherlands Caribbean. So it is not really a history about this small place of Pondicherry. It really encompasses the whole world. And this is the message I want to pass on. Thank you.
Very good afternoon. Mr. Etienne, Consul General of France, Dr. Satish, President Alliance France, Puducherry, Gaël Bellem, the writer, director, Dr. Sharmila, head of the Department of French, so Dr. Ritu Chagi, Professor Panir Selvam, and colleagues sitting of the dais, and other invited French side, and also the students of the department and the university, and the media personnel, and our staff. It's a great opportunity for me. This is my first visit to this stele and the place where the remembrance is established here by the then Vice Chancellor, Professor Tarin, 2010. So I appreciate his vision to have this one. And thank you, Professor Panir Selvam Garu. So you have really educated us, especially some of us, and also the students, they too may not be knowing it. So one thing I would like to reiterate to the students that let us not forget the history. So if you forget the history, you will not make the future. So history always is like a foundation. And this memorial is really a mark to respect the people, those who left from this place. And as Professor Panir Selvam said, I am also once again reiterating that this is also the beach side. So next is the beach. So therefore, so you can also think that this may be the place also the departed people from this coast also. So therefore, and once the technical reasons it's not possible, I'm glad and I'm happy and honored that this has been readily agreed and accepted by the then administration and having it here. I think, so Dr. Satish, I think we will make it this as a much more vibrant place, and also we can also extend or expand if necessary to a great extent so that this will be remembered and forever, and people should see visiting, not only visiting this place once in a year, but let us make this as a regular fashion, those who are coming from the reunion place, and let them come and visit this place. So we are here to respect their value and also their presence here, because they are the people, those who have their roots are here, but they are present there. But when they wanted to come, it's always be welcome to this place and see this place and stay at this place. I congratulate the Department of French for the taking such a kind of initiative and also organizing the meetings with the writer. I think we have a meeting also, speech by her. And also let us invite the Councillor General for another international conference in economics, because he is specialized in economics. So he is fond of and very happy to be with us. The second time he said, once in our room, in my office, at our presence. This certainly will make it a big one. And also I ask the students also to know the place and also to go through the history of the Pondicherry and also the people, those who have departed from this place, whatever the reasons may be. So the generations are there. Therefore, I request the International Dean to make a viable and also active collaboration with the Reunion University, and so that if there is any possible help that the University, Pondicherry University can do, we'll always extend to that one. So let us make a plan. And also once again I thank the department, and especially I thank the Consul General of the France for having here and also making it as an active, and he keep visiting the Pondicherry University several times, several occasions. We are happy to honor you, sir. We are happy to have you here once again. So I also thank Dr. Satish Nallam for actively engaged in these activities, and I think with his young and dynamic leader here, I think definitely we can take this forward and further into much more activities. I also thank all of you for assembling here in the short notice or in the guest house premises, and let us have a homage to people, those who have left this place, and let us respect them. So thank you for the opportunity.